I've been sober for 855 days now, and this is how it changed everything in my life. Really, I guess in the last 855 days, I've had no hangovers, no blurry nights, no regret in the morning, no, anxiety, no running from myself. And in that time, I've been able to rebuild my entire life from the ground up, from my brain, my body, my finances, my business, my relationships, my friendships, and everything else. I guess before I was spent close to 10 years since I was about 17, 18 just partying, and then from there it was spending money I didn't have, maxing out the Amex, waking up late, repeating the cycle. Didn't really know who I was without the booze. I didn't really know who I was without the alcohol, but because when you're young you kind of just wake up, you get through it, you get over it, you do what the fuck you want, and then you just continue just to repeat the cycle, which is all easily done. And so many people still do it now, and it's just like one of those loops where you don't really notice it until you try to stop. It's actually quite hard to stop. And for me, I didn't have some big rock bottom moment. I just knew I was wasting my potential and I couldn't live with that anymore, to be honest. When you're up at 5, 6, 7 a.m. talking about business ideas with mates on the bag, it's just it doesn't make sense to be doing that, because that's just fuck all. That means nothing. You're not actually producing anything, you're not making anything, you're not adding anything, you're not doing anything. It's kind of gnarly that people will do it for so long. And then for me, there was a few little incidents that happened that I wasn't too proud to be a part of, and I was just I don't need to be in this. And for me, I was always, if I'm there and alcohol's there, then we're both the common denominators. But for me, what really I guess changed was I actually gave me the energy I didn't know I had. Stopping drinking, it wasn't I'm stopping drinking because I'm an alcoholic and I can't do this, that and the other. It's I just want more for my life, and obviously the proof is in the pudding. And I know 855 days is a long time, it's over 2 years, but if you're not willing to give up a couple of years of your life and hard work and sacrifice, and it's not like it was all a slog, it's all been fun anyway, and I've enjoyed the process, looking back on it especially, it just doesn't make sense in my mind for you not to try and prioritize those sorts of things, because now my mornings have become more sacred, they're more my edge. My business is sharp, I'm reliable. I know that anyone who knows me, realistically, you're just more reliable. You say what you do, you fucking act properly, you talk properly, you think properly. Obviously you have your ups and downs and you're not fucking perfect. Quitting drinking doesn't make you perfect. But there's less chaos, less fucking around. But I guess one of the harder things was the harder truths were the lonely chapters. I know everyone talks about it and it's well documented, but you end up getting lonely because you feel you're outgrowing people, and there's a lot of social pressure to drink, from friends. People are always thinking are you okay? I'm yeah, I just want to quit drinking, leave me alone and let me be. And now it's I still have fucking tough days, and the last 2 years, 18 months let's say, has been tough because I've been burnt out. And maybe that's not I thought it was a bit of a badge of honor beforehand, because I've always been taught to work. Hard work gets you everything, but really hard work gets you fried, gets you burnt out, and you end up working in the business rather than on the business as much. So for me, I've been dealing with just resetting my brain, my belief systems, my energy levels, because even though I stopped drinking, I then ended up overworking, and I was still overworking while I was drinking, and this obviously didn't help either. So I'm then overworking, but let's not just talk about all of the bad sides of it, because realistically it just gave me more of a fighting chance to actually achieve what I wanted. There'd be multiple versions of yourself as you grow up and you live your life, and it's which one do you want to entertain the most, which one do you want to be the defining figure in your life. It just gave me a fighting chance to actually live the life that I want to live, and that for me is live what I want, do what I want, be able to invest in things that I want to invest in, whether it's courses, sports, fucking clothes, gear, whatever these things are. Normally, if you're just running a normal 9 to 5 and you're fucking still partying all the time, you don't really have that much money to spend on yourself. Maybe you get higher up the ladder and maybe you get somewhere that you want to be, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really fix you. It's just a bit of a crutch that people I think are using. And really, I feel a lot more free. I've got a lot more time to investigate my thoughts, my mind, my habits, what I'm doing well, what I'm not doing well. My physique is always in a reasonable good shape, even if I don't gym for a few weeks and I have some off time or some downtime. Then really not much really changes, because I'm not poisoning myself, and I feel these are poison enough, let alone without drinking. And for me, I guess it's just nice to like think about. I don't even remember the old Connor, to be honest, and that's one of the hardest things to really work with, is like remembering who you were before alcohol, which is like tough because you would have been very young. And really, like, does that mean that you're right for it? Does it mean like you're like, is that actually the person that you want to be? So for me, I want to like go back to the younger version of myself where I'm doing loads of water sports. I don't think about stuff, I just do it. So recently, like, something comes up into my mind, whether I'm like going somewhere and it goes, my brain goes, you should go to the gym. Normally I'd like push that down because I had to say no for so long. And this is one of the biggest things, is because you say no to drinking for so long, you're like, no, I'm not drinking, not going partying, not doing this, not doing that, because you got to move yourself away from distractions. That ends up seeping into a lot of, or for me, it ended up seeping into a lot of my other areas of my life. So like, if it would be like something fun to do, I'd be like, nah, can't do it. If it was like, I've made a plan to go work today, but then my mind says gym, I'm like, no, I've got to do exactly what I said I got to do. And now I'm just like removing that like extra pressure and stress, because I know that if my mind wants to go for a surf, I'll just fucking go for a surf. If my mind wants to go to the beach, I'll just go to the beach. If I want to go gym, I'll just do exactly what I want to do. And that's something personally I've been struggling with recently, is like feeling like I always have to work, I always have to fucking add more, always have to be putting in more work, more effort, more hours, and then it just leads me to burn out more, which leads me to then doing even less, which then puts me in like a weird place where I'm in bed for too long and I'm fucking, bed bound for 2-3 days, like, which isn't helpful. Like, it's almost like so counterintuitive, it hurts. So like for me, the biggest thing that I've learned recently in my sobriety journey is like, everything is preventative. So like, if I don't want to burn out, if I don't want to be in bed fried, then I need to make sure that the days that I'm not fried, that I'm doing the things that I need to do to make sure that I get to where I want to be. So morning walks in the sun, not checking my phone for the first 2-3 hours of the day, which has been a fucking major godsend. After my little walk on the beach or go in the sea, then I'll stretch for 10-15 minutes. I'll do like a full body stretch. Then I'll do a short meditation. Like, I had a meditation this morning that was nuts. Like, I had my eyes closed because I find it helps to like visualize things. And like, it was almost like my eyes are giving me this energy, like a little pump of energy that's just like cleansing my brain. I just like I just visualize this energy going from the front of my brain all the way through, and just basically like forcing out all the negative energy, all the bullshit, all the fucking negative emotions. And then it just pushed it all the way through my brain. I just kept on pumping it with more energy through the eyes, bomb, 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 until it just went all through my head. And I just felt this like energy just passed through my brain into the back of my head, and the back of my head is where I had most of like the inflammation from the burnout and the chronic fatigue, I think it is. And then it just went all through here, and then when it got to the back of the head, I just visualized it forcing it down, and then it went all the way through into my neck. And then my last part of visualization was like it going from my neck all the way through my back and then into the sand and then out of me. And maybe I didn't do it for long enough, but afterwards, maybe it was like, I don't know how long it was, I didn't time it, and I didn't have my phone, but like afterwards I literally like opened my eyes. I was like, wow. I got up and I could feel all this like tension in my traps, and I was like, wow. I was like, an even tension as well. It wasn't like one because I'd overtrained it or slept weird or something. It was almost like all that energy had literally gone from my eyes up through my forehead, through my brain, down the back of my brain, down through the inflamed area, pushed all the bad energy out into my neck and then into my traps, like where it had stored. It was a bit of a fucking madness, to be honest. And when after it happened, I was like, wow, that was like one of the most prolific meditations I've had in a while. So later I'll go get a massage just to like force it all out and get all the rest of the fucking shit out of my body. But it just kind of proved the power of like, not even like meditation or sobriety, but more so the power of like, when you actually like focus on the things that you need to do before they become an issue, how much more beneficial they'll become. And it's super easy just to do that, and then you're like, I'm fixed again. This is something I do all the time. I'm like, I feel great now. I don't have to do the things that got me here. And this is like a life lesson for me. It's like, everything that got you here, you still need to keep on doing, but that won't necessarily get you to the next level, but you still need to do that stuff, unless it becomes like more time intensive. And I'm not talking about like the mind here and the mindset. I'm talking about more like business, because business will change. What got you here won't get you there. But I think in terms of like having a good mindset and being fucking calm and being present, like for me, it'll be an ever long journey where I have to always remember to do the basic things. And I've cut my morning routine down because I'm conscious of not spending 5 hours in the morning doing a morning routine. So like I said, it's literally just bottle of water, walk down the beach, stretch, meditate, bomb. Maybe it takes me an hour, maybe it takes me 2, depending on how long I walk and how long I meditate and stretch for. But for me, I think I'd only have got to this part of my life and this journey if I'd have stopped drinking. So for me, it's like, I know this isn't like the end of the journey. This is kind of really where it all starts. And now I'm like actually believing in what I build. I'm confident in what I'm building. I know what I'm doing. I feel like very happy with what I'm doing. And now I'm just like working on more of me as opposed to just like more of the business as much. Because I know that if I'm good, if I'm happy, if I'm fulfilled, more satisfied, then my business will only just, exponentially grow. So yeah, I guess that's some like little takeaways from 855 days sober. And if you don't know much about Cowboy Closers, we're a remote sales community. I teach you how to sell, whether it's SDR, setting, cold calling, appointment setting, whatever names you want to call it, or closing. So a lot of it, what we'll do is we'll get you closer roles, we'll get you SDR roles, we'll just get you into the sales ecosystem so you can learn how to sell, start making money online and live wherever the fuck you want. If you want to know more about it, there's a link in my description or bio, whatever it is, and you can go into the Cowboy Closers email chain that's called the Western World. You sign up there, you've got a free CV template, so if you're already in sales or you want to get into it, you can hit the CV template and then actually go from there and use that for yourself to get yourself new roles or your first role, whichever one it is. And apart from that, you can follow me on Instagram. Most of my stuff is on Instagram. It's like entertainment based sort of viral videos, and then YouTube's a bit more educational and day in the life. So yeah, been a pleasure. Love you, miss you, kiss you. Have a great day. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao.